What's going on, everyone? So reports have came out that the Los Angeles Lakers are interested in the New York Knicks Mitchell Robinson. Now, Tyler, Mitchell Robinson, he's been hurt all year. Well, he just got released for full practice. He is available. He is expected to start ramping up to make a return. So he's a guy, 26 years old, right? Ideal. I mean, he would be perfect. Problem is, much like Robert Williams, who's another guy that the Lakers are interested in and linked to, they can't stay healthy, right? Robert Williams and Mitchell Robinson are two very similar players in the sense of like they're big, their size, they're physical, right? They're excellent rebounders. Like they would be exactly what this team needs, slotted alongside Lebron and Luka. Both can defend, block shots, do all those things. But both guys can't stay healthy. If I had to choose between Mitchell Robinson and Robert Williams, I'd rather have Mitchell Robinson because Mitchell Robinson is a true 7-footer. He's good size, good strength, good physicality. He's 7 feet 240, where Robert Williams is like 6'9". But either guy I think would be great. But here's my problem with Mitchell Robinson, and I made the same argument with Robert Williams, right? As a backup, right, or if we still had Anthony Davis, fine. Go ahead. Go get him, right? Because, yes, it's still a concern. Yes, you're still worried about the health element of it. But you always have Anthony Davis, right? So you could just slide Anthony Davis to the 5 if need be, or Anthony Davis could start, and then Mitchell Robinson come in and play the backup 5 role. The problem is you don't have Anthony Davis anymore, and you don't have another center. So I think if you were to go get a Mitchell Robinson, you still need to go get somebody like a Day'Ron Sharpe or something like that because you have a real shot at Mitchell Robinson not being able to stay healthy. And again, this is a guy that when he's healthy is everything this Laker team needs. But that's the problem. Can he stay healthy? He's 26 years old, so he fits perfectly with Luka as far as age goes. You look at last year, 2023, 2024, because he hasn't played this year. So 2023, 2024, 31 games. 2022, 2023, 59 games, 72 games. If you could get something like that, that would be beautiful, right? You look at in 2021, 2022, he gave you 72 games in which he started 62 of them. Outside of that, he's had one game in which he's played over 61, and that is his rookie season in which he played 66. So talk about a guy that, last year, again, played 31 games. If he can give you 70, perfect, right? Go get him. Let's make it happen. But there's no guarantee with that, and is that a risk? And also, is that what the Knicks want to do? Because also you got to keep in mind, the Knicks, they want another center. They've been trying to get another center, and have even been willing to trade Mitchell Robinson to get that other center. So to me, I think it'd have to be a 3-team deal, right? It'd have to be something where the Lakers land Mitchell Robinson, and then another center is going to the Knicks, right? That's probably your best case scenario as far as like going and acquiring him. But how much does it cost? What would it take in order to acquire him? Asset-wise, I'm sure the Knicks would want something. But contract-wise, he's making $14.3 million this year. So again, very similar to a Robert Williams. Next year, his contract actually drops to 12.9. So he's actually 13 million. So he drops about $1 million and some change. So again, you clear a little salary off the top. And then if it doesn't work, you can just bring him out the bench. But again, my concern is you have to get another. If you get Mitchell Robinson or Robert Williams, either of them, you have to go get another center, in my opinion. I think that is a must. But what did he give you? So looking at last year, right, he in, again, 31 games, 25 minutes of action, 24.8 if you want to be exact, average 4 field goal attempts, 57.5% from the floor, guy that doesn't shoot threes, right? Not a three-point shooter. So 57.5% from two-point range, 57.5% EFG. Free throw shooting is atrocious. He is 52% for his career. Last year, he shot 41% from the free throw line. His best season was his second season, which he shot 57%. Not a guy you want taking free throws, but he only averages 2.2 a game, so that's not a big deal. Rebounding last year. 8.5 rebounds, right? Including 4.6 offensive. He had more offensive rebounds than he did defensive rebounds last year. 4.6 to 3.9 defensive and a total of 8.5 rebounds. An assist, 1.2 steals, and 1.1 blocks in basically 6 points. We'll round up would be nice. So he's basically a 6 and 8 guy in limited minutes, right? You look at some of his best years, he's a guy that give you 9 and 9, but again, big physical interior presence that can bang with the big boys. He is a guy that does make a lot of sense. If you look at his per 36, right? So we'll look at his per 36 last year, 8 points, 12.3 rebounds, an assist, 1.7 steals, 1.7 blocks. So a guy that could get you nearly 2 of each. He's very active hands. Could be that lob threat, that score, floor running big, guy that sets good, hard, physical screens. Then you could throw and lob at the rim. Personally, stay away from him. Stay away from Robert Williams, right? If the Lakers were to trade for either, I wouldn't be upset. I wouldn't be like, oh my God, well, Lakers are full. No, nothing like that. Those are two very good, talented guys. It's not their talent that's my concern. It's, can they stay on the basketball court? It's, can they play the minutes and the games necessary for them to have the proper impact that you need and to help build the chemistry and do all those things, right? I don't trust those guys to do so. In a backup role, fine, right? Because again, when you had Anthony Davis, it was like there was more of an argument to go get those guys, because it's like, even if they do, let's say one of them missed 20 games, it's fine. You still have Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis can be your center, and then until they get back. You don't have that anymore, right? So then now what? Now you're relying on Jackson Hayes. Now, again, if you could go get a Day'Ron Sharp to kind of fill in and do that, right? It's 23, give you some upside. Sure, right? But then, again, that's something you have to go get both. And if that's the case, you might as well just go get Day'Ron Sharp and just have Day'Ron Sharp be the guy and then bring in like a Jemison or something, right? If you're going to do that, and then use the money and the assets that it would take to go get a Robert Williams or a Mitchell Robinson and go get a perimeter 3-and-D guy that you can slot alongside Luka. So I just think no matter how you slice it, it doesn't, I don't think that there's a genuine argument to go and acquire that, right? I'd rather you go get Nick Claxton and a Day'Ron Sharp, or take a flyer on a Clint Capella for a year. I know he's $22 million, but at least he's an expiring contract, so if it works, you can keep him, sign him to a new deal. If it doesn't work, no big deal. You let him walk. Good luck to you, and you cleared $22 million off your books, right? I'd almost lean more towards doing those things and going those routes than going and taking a flyer on a Mitchell Robinson or a Robert Williams, right? Mitchell Robinson, nothing wrong with him as a player. I think he's a guy that could have an impact. I think he, because my problem, if we only needed a center, I might be more willing and inclined to just be like, okay, go get Robert Williams and Day'Ron Sharp, right? That's $17 million total, right? You get one of each. Not a big deal. Easy, clean trades. And then you still, you could do, basically Gabe Vincent and you don't have Jalen Uchifino anymore. Christian Wood, right? Something like that. Go get that and then go trade for, I think you need to add one more piece, because that's 14 and some change, but might be close. Let's say roughly that, right? And then go take, a guy or two and go get Day'Ron Sharp. Sure, now you got your center locked up. You got a 26-year-old and a 23-year-old for now in the future. And then you can kind of gauge Mitchell Robinson for the next, year and a half. And then worst case, you just let him walk, right? And then promote Day'Ron, or vice versa, right? Maybe you're moving Day'Ron to the starting and Robinson to the backup, right? Sure. But we need other things, right? And it's just if you're going to go spend $14 million on a center, I just would like more reliability, more dependability, right? I'd like a guy that you can count on, because I don't want to see a 20-game stint where Jackson Hayes is your only center, right? I'd rather you even just go get a Day'Ron Sharp, dirt cheap, contract-wise, Day'Ron Sharp, dirt cheap, and then just bring in a Trey Jemison. At least, he's 6'11", 270. Now you have two big physical centers on the interior that can be lob threats and do all the things that Luka likes, be floor running bigs. But now you can take all your money and all your assets and allocate that to getting a piece or several that now you can put around Luka and LeBron. I'd just much rather that approach. I'd much rather have that direction for the Lakers. I'd rather than taking a flyer on a Mitchell Robinson. It's great that he's cleared. It's great that he's a guy that can return to basketball action. I'm rooting for him. I hope I think he still makes a world of sense for the Knicks, right? Like him and Karl Anthony Towns. I think now you have that big man pairing, and you can even play both side by side at times. I think that if he can stay healthy, I don't think the Knicks should trade him. But they obviously have those concerns. It's the only reason they would trade Mitchell Robinson is because they're worried about the injury concerns, right? Well, why would you want him to be your starting center and your only center at that is my problem. But how do you feel? Whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it out of the way. Let me know down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you think, hey, who cares about the injury history? Mitchell Robinson, that's the guy. He's the answer. Go and trade for Mitchell Robinson. He's the big physical interior defensive center that we need. Athletic, run the floor, do all those things. Or do you think, no, stay away from Mitchell Robinson. He's not a guy that you can trust to be healthy and reliable. However you feel, love to hear it. Let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos. I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.